What's up guys, Trail here, better known as Budget Bill, and today we want to talk about the new potential bigger big fat stimulus check worth $2,000 per month.
Holy crap, Batman!
Yeah, I know, right? Is the government just giving away money these days? Is Donald Trump more generous than we initially thought? Are they printing more money down at the mint factory? This is starting to get ridiculous. But hey, I would love to receive an additional $2,000 a month for free. Wouldn't you? I mean, we all would, right? Well, that's our topic for today, so let's go ahead and jump right into the video. What's up folks, and thanks for sticking around. So I was recently scrolling through the Forbes.com website and I saw an article about the government is proposing a new addition to the previous $2.2 trillion stimulus package that would basically give an additional $2,000 per month to every American that's impacted by the recent epidemic that's facing several countries around the world. Speaking of that, I wonder if the other countries are offering free money to their citizens as well. I'm going to have to check that out. But nevertheless, as I was stating, the new proposals that were presented by two House Democrats is that they want to enhance the already $2.2 trillion stimulus package with some additional monies that would help other Americans out as well. This bill is called the Emergency Money for the People Act. Link in the description. So under this new proposed legislation, they are wanting to offer assistance by offering an additional monthly cash payments to eligible Americans until unemployment returns to the pre-COVID-19 levels. And this is in addition to the already $1,200 big fat stimulus check that you will or may have already received during the month of May. And let's face it, those people who have already lost their jobs because of their company shutting down, or because they are unable to generate other additional incomes, or because they are just not able to open up shop because of non-essential business operations have been shut down. This offers a way to put money into the pockets of those who are no longer have any income coming in and they need to support their families. And I am pretty positive that those people still need food to eat, they still have to pay their mortgage or their rent, and they still have to pay their car note, utility bills, etc. All of those things are still coming in. Those things continue to become due even though the country has shut down majority of business operations across the United States of America. And let's face it, that $1,200 big fat stimulus package that we were receiving this month is just not going to cut it. Hell, most people's mortgages will cost $1,200 and we are at halfway through the second month of being shut down. And this still looks like it's going to be shut down during the month of May as well, even though our current president is trying to open up some states on May the 1st. I just don't think we are ready to actually start doing that right now. But I think we need one more month of shutdown to make sure that the COVID-19 virus is gone for good. And if we continue to be shut down, Americans are going to need more than just $1,200 to survive, especially for those people who don't have an emergency fund established of 3 to 6 months of reserves. Hopefully after all of this is over, Americans will see how important it is to have an emergency fund and actually start working towards creating one so that they are prepared for the next time that when challenges of life occur and knock on our front door. It's definitely a critical thing that should be done by every American and every other person as well. Now, this proposed plan will essentially put $2,000 per month in your pocket for up to 12 months if you make under $130,000 per year. And that is for individuals that are of age 16 and older. But if you are married and you and your spouse make less than $260,000 per year, you would receive $4,000 per month. And then on top of that, if you have children, you would receive an additional $500 per child. But if you've had several children like that Octomom did back in 2009, unfortunately you will be capped at 3 children, which is still $1,500 in additional money per month. Now, if you make more than these thresholds, the benefit payout will be reduced by $50 for every $1,000 you make above these thresholds. Now, one thing different from this second stimulus package is that the payments are actually tax-free, which means that this money will not be counted as income, unlike the big fat stimulus package check of $1,200 we received in April. In addition, if you have had no earnings or was unemployed or currently unemployed, you would be eligible for this benefit as well. That even applies to college students and adults with disabilities. So if you are a college student and your parents claim you would receive a monthly payout benefit of the $2,000 per month, and your parents would receive the dependent benefit of $500 per month.
Well, what does Budget Bill think about all of this?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Rufus. At a time when our country has seen these unprecedented times where over 22 million unemployment applications have been completed since early March, I personally think this is a great idea. And I am thinking from the perspective of the people who are actually suffering right now with no job, no food, no income, and then the people who are in desperate need of emergency funds. I think it's definitely a way to help those specific people who are affected by offering them money to help cover their expenses. I think they need the money more than others who already have emergency funds created, and or the people that are able to work from home during the state's shutdown. Like myself, I am able to work from home right now, so nothing really has changed for me and my family. I always thought the big fat stimulus checks of $1,200 was a nice gesture, but just really not enough money for some folks. Now, like I said in my last video, the government always creates things in a generic way. And by giving everyone the same amount of money of $2,000 or $4,000 for married couples is not a smart thing to do. By doing it the generic way, you could potentially put $2,000 per month in the hands of college students that wasn't even working at the time of the epidemic. Or offering $4,000 to married couples on disability that perhaps only brought in $2,000 per month before the epidemic occurred. And that's just not right. This benefit as it currently stands would pay some Americans more money than they previously received. I think it would be a much better option by offering people an amount of money comparable to what they were actually making prior to the impact. Now, if I switch hats for a second and put on my taxpayer's hat, I have to ask, where exactly is this money coming from? Will the taxpayers have to cover this money in the future? Or is the Fed just printing more money to the point that our dollar value will be trashed within the next 5 to 10 years? That's the biggest question I have. But I still think it's a great way to provide more relief to many Americans struggling at this time. Now, all in all, remember, this is only a proposal at this time. In order for this to go through, it still has to go through the House of Representatives, then it would have to go up to the Senate, and then it would have to be initially signed by the president. And y'all already know how those steps can actually turn out. But we will continue to watch this as things play out over the next few weeks. Now, do you have any comments on this new proposal? What are your thoughts? I would love to get your feedback if you could post those down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed the content in this video, definitely give us a like, as it definitely helps out with the growth of this channel. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for?
He ain't getting any younger.
Shut up, fool! This is a great time to click on the subscribe button and the bell next to it so you can be notified every time I upload new content. Now, if you actually want to check out the actual legislation bill that was proposed or a couple of articles that talk about this new Emergency Money for the People Act, then I will include a few links down below in the description if you're interested. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. If you are not investing your money and you want a great brokerage account, then I would like to offer you a sign up with Webull where you can receive 2 free stocks and one of them worth up to $1,400. Did I say they were free? Y'all know we love free stuff, right? Other than that, hey, I appreciate you guys watching and I will see you on the next video. Peace.